Design, the only way to do it right is to do it yourself. And if you're like these amateur artists, the best part is getting to smash the materials you use with a hammer.
Hi, I'm Beth vonBriesen.
And I'm Leslie Miller, and we're sisters from Baltimore, Maryland.
We do a lot of things together, including redoing my kitchen and my dining room.
Come look what we did.
My husband and I have lived here for about 3 years. The kitchen was sort of plain. It had white cabinets, and it had a plastic, fake marble-looking countertop. I think it was like a laminate, but it was old. It was about 10 years old. My sister had done a room for us once before.
It's very easy to work with my sister. We have very similar tastes.
I used the help of my mother when it came to redoing my kitchen. And at that point, I knew that my sister was going to do the backsplash.
We went to a store and we found a great set of dishes that had all the colors that she wanted to work with. I took them home and started busting up all the plates. I bashed them with a hammer, cut them with some nippers, made them the sizes and shapes that I wanted and needed, and put them in a giant rock tumbler. The tumbler makes the edges smooth so that the glass doesn't hurt when you touch it, when you run your hands along it. Once I had glued on all the pieces to the backsplash, I grouted with black grout.
As she was tiling my backsplash, I was at work. It was fun for me to come home every day and see the work that she had completed for the day. This pass-through is my favorite part of the project because this is where the kitchen and the dining room get tied together.
It's the part that is more three-dimensional. It's the part you see from all the other rooms. I did the tiling in the pass-through exactly the same way as I did in the backsplash in the kitchen.
For the walls in my dining room, I picked out the colors, and I decided that I wanted to have some diamonds because I had had diamonds in my last home, and it was a really pretty room. I usually let her go around and do the measuring, and then I would follow with some painter's tape and tape off the area, and then we painted the diamonds. When I took the tape off the walls, it gave me a good sense of what the room was going to look like. I mean, I knew the colors were perfect together. I knew the way the diamond looked on the wall against the darker color just really made it stand out.
The design of the buffet top was a little more difficult because I was working with stained glass. The first thing I did was started cutting some shapes. I knew I was going to need squares, some rectangles, some triangles, some sort of free-form, bashed-up looking pieces. So I made a handful of those in various colors, and then I started laying out patterns. In order to know exactly how to fit the pieces in, I had to make a template. First, I put the template down on a board, and then I covered that with plastic wrap, and then I put some fiberglass mesh on top of that so that I could glue the pieces of the buffet top to the fiberglass mesh and not have it stick to the template or anything underneath. I worked in probably 3-foot sections. Some of the glass we got was a little too transparent, and I didn't want anyone to be able to see the mesh beneath it, so I covered the back with some foil, and when I glued it down, the mesh does not show. I waited until I had the entire buffet top done and laid each piece side by side, and I have to say, shocked that they fit. They all fit. It was a surprise. When they were on vacation, I came over and installed the mosaic. I walked in the door, and there it was, and it was just stunning. And I said to myself, nobody else has this, you know? And I mean, it's just like the showpiece in my house. It's great to get the reaction. That's really the best part of the work.
It's a lot of fun when people come into my home. It makes me feel very good when they tell me how beautiful my house is. It makes me feel good. I really like that.
Right now, the bridge doesn't cross over